Welcome back to Lions News Fan Report, your home for everything buzzing in Detroit football. Lions fans, something big may be brewing. You've been watching closely all offseason. You've seen the moves, you've read between the lines. The team is building something. And yet, there's been one question that keeps surfacing. Are we still one elite piece away from being truly unstoppable? That's not just speculation. That's reality. With Aiden Hutchinson back to full strength and looking more dominant than ever, Detroit's defensive front already commands respect. But if you watched the Eagles' 2022 Super Bowl run, or the 49ers' sustained success, you know that in today's NFL, one superstar pass rusher isn't enough. To go from playoff threats to legitimate championship contenders, the Lions need to build a pass-rushing tandem that keeps opposing quarterbacks awake at night. Well, what if we told you that player may already be in motion? We're not talking about depth guys, not about rotational pieces or veteran re-signings. We're talking about a game wrecker, someone who has been dominant, feared, proven, a sack machine, a top 3 edge rusher in football right now, a name that's suddenly become available thanks to internal chaos on his current team. The writing is on the wall. The frustration is public. And now, the opportunity may finally be within reach for Detroit. Let's rewind. Just a few weeks ago, a trusted Lions insider suggested the team was out of the race, that talks had cooled, that the front office was shifting its focus elsewhere, that any chance of adding this player was off the table. But that was before everything changed. A bombshell dropped this week via Adam Schefter. A public statement from the players' camp accused his current team of stonewalling negotiations, refusing to communicate, and showing an evident lack of interest in reaching mutual goals. That kind of language isn't just smoke, it's fire. It signals a total breakdown between player and franchise, and it screams trade incoming. So, who are we talking about? A former Pro Bowler, the 2024 NFL sack leader, a one-man wrecking crew who's been demanding respect, and now demanding a new team. We're talking about none other than Trey Hendrickson. Yes, you heard that right. Trey Hendrickson, the same Hendrickson who logged double-digit sacks in 3 of the last 4 seasons, who bulldozed offensive lines in both conferences, and who has quietly become one of the most feared edge defenders in the league. He's not just available. He's begging to be moved, and the Detroit Lions may be his best escape route. Now, think about it. Pairing Hendrickson with Hutchinson on the edges would immediately give Detroit a top 3 pass rush in the NFL. You'd have 2 motors that never stop, 2 relentless disruptors that can collapse a pocket in seconds. With the interior support of Aleem McNeil and the flexibility of Brian Branch blitzing out of the nickel, this defense goes from solid to elite, maybe even historic. And the timing couldn't be better. With training camp approaching, the Bengals are under growing pressure to make a move. Hendrickson has no intention of showing up under the current conditions, and Cincinnati knows they won't get close to Myles Garrett-level money without blowing up their cap structure. They also haven't loved the offers until now, because now there's desperation. And where there's desperation, there's leverage. Detroit has both cap space and competitive motivation. And even more importantly, they have clarity. They know this could be their year. They know the NFC is open for the taking, and they know that adding Hendrickson could be the final move that turns hope into expectation. Before we go any further, make sure you're subscribed to Lions News Fan Report. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a breaking update like this, and drop a like if you believe that Trey Hendrickson would be the ultimate piece to complete this defense. Now, let's dive back in. The truth is, this isn't just another rumor. This is a perfect storm. You have a star edge rusher publicly calling out his current team. You have a dysfunctional front office in Cincinnati, unable or unwilling to engage in meaningful negotiations. And you have a Detroit Lions squad, That is one player away from being absolutely terrifying. The Bengals' silence speaks volumes. Trey Hendrickson isn't some aging veteran past his prime. He's in his prime. He's coming off a season where he led the entire NFL in sacks, and yet they aren't even picking up the phone. No restructuring, no guarantees, just silence. Meanwhile, Detroit has quietly built one of the most exciting rosters in football. The offense is humming under Jared Goff. The secondary has been reinforced, linebackers are stepping up, and now the final chess piece sits out there, frustrated, motivated, and ready for a change. The only question is whether Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell will make the call that changes the trajectory of the franchise. Let's talk logistics. Trey Hendrickson's current contract isn't cheap, but it's manageable for a team like Detroit, which still has flexibility under the cap and a win-now window that justifies the price. The Lions could offer future draft compensation, maybe a second or third rounder, and possibly throw in a young defensive player or depth piece to sweeten the deal. Cincinnati wants value. Detroit wants dominance. It's a match waiting to happen, and remember, the Lions aren't the only team watching this unfold. If they wait too long, teams like the Ravens, 49ers, or even the Jets could jump into the mix. But here's the key. Detroit has urgency. The NFC is vulnerable. The 49ers are aging. The Eagles are stacked but beatable. The Cowboys are in transition. The Bears and Vikings? Still chasing. With Hendrickson on board, Detroit wouldn't just be the favorite in the NFC North, they'd be the favorite in the NFC, period. Imagine Hutchinson screaming off the left side, Hendrickson coming from the right. Offensive lines wouldn't know where to shift protection. Quarterbacks would panic before the snap. And defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn, he could unleash exotic blitzes, stunts, rotations, the kind of creative freedom you only get when your front four is that dominant. And it's not just the stats. It's the mentality Hendrickson brings. He's intense, gritty, fierce, exactly. The kind of personality Dan Campbell wants in that locker room. Pair him with Hutchinson's motor, McNeil's strength inside, and Jack Campbell flying behind them, and you've got a defense built for January. Let's not forget the message this move would send to the league. Detroit has already earned respect. But going out and landing Hendrickson? That would be a declaration, a warning shot, a sign that this team isn't just here to make the playoffs, they're here to win it all. So where do things stand right now? Insiders say talks are heating up. The public statement from Hendrickson's camp wasn't accidental. It was strategic. It was designed to push the Bengals into action, and it may have worked. According to sources close to the situation, multiple teams have renewed contact in the last 72 hours. And yes, the Detroit Lions are one of them. Brad Holmes has kept his cards close to the chest all off-season. But don't be surprised if one day soon we wake up to see breaking. Trey Hendrickson traded to the Detroit Lions, lighting up your feed. Because sometimes all it takes is one bold move to change everything. Thanks for watching Lions News. Fan Report. Let us know in the comments. Would you trade for Hendrickson? What would you give up to get him? And how far do you think the Lions could go with him on the roster? Stay tuned for more updates, because this story is just getting started.